The City of Edmonton is conducting the 2012 Jelly Bean Internet Voting election to test the processes associated with Internet voting with a view of using it in future elections. The City of Edmonton is doing two activities with our test. We are testing our processes and the technology, but we are also testing to determine whether or not Edmontonians are ready for the Internet voting option as a viable voting option into the future. The City of Edmonton has contracted with Cytle Canada to provide the voting application for the 2012 Jelly Bean Internet voting election. Citizens should know that the information that is provided, their personal information, is protected under Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, and because of that legislation we have ensured that the information is here in Canada, and any registration clerks that do see the personal information work for the City of Edmonton and are bound by City of Edmonton Code of Conduct. Privacy and security starts at the registration process, and one of the business processes we have in place is that each voter is required to have their own email address to register. If they share an email address with another person, each of them will require their own email address. The City of Edmonton ensures people do not vote more than once following the registration process. So a voter registers, that registration is forwarded to the City of Edmonton administration team, whose job is to review the registration to ensure it meets the requirements for registration, the identification is attached, and if all of those are met, the voter is issued a personal identification number, and if they are not, we identify them as a duplicate voter and we would contact them directly. Voters can be confident in the voting process in two parts. The first part is the voter's responsibility in creating an individual password that only they know, and then the system generates the second part of it, which is a 16-digit personal identification number, and both of those keys are required. So the password and the personal identification number are required in order for the voter to obtain the ballot so they can cast their votes. When they have cast their vote, prior to it being deposited into the virtual ballot box, they will have one more opportunity to review their ballot before it is submitted. If they disagree with anything that they have put in there, they can go back to that election, re-vote it, and then submit it with their new choice. Once the ballot is submitted, the vote cannot be changed, which mirrors the same system that we have on election day in the voting stations. Once it's in the ballot box, it's cast. Voters will know their vote has been counted because following the casting process, they will receive a screen that gives them a receipt. The receipt has a number on it. Following the close of the election on November 2nd, that receipt number can be compared to all the ballots that were counted by the election by comparing the receipt number to the list of ballots that were in the ballot box. At no time does that receipt link back to the voter, only the voter can confirm it themselves. One important aspect of Internet voting security is the establishment of an electoral board. This electoral board is made up of 7 individuals who come together to lock down the virtual ballot box. They all receive a separate key. So in order to open the ballot box, 4 of these individuals are required to come together and open the ballot box to obtain the results. At any time, one individual who holds a key cannot access the ballot box or open the ballot box. So that is one of our key security requirements associated with Internet voting. Your ballot is safe. Edmontonians can be confident that the City of Edmonton has seriously considered this as an option. We have diligently been creating processes. We have challenged ourselves to make sure that it matches all of the privacy and the auditability and the security requirements that Edmontonians have clearly identified that they require in order to use this as an option in future elections.